So just briefly, I'm going to talk about what grounding is and what Reiki is in case you are unaware. So what is grounding? Grounding in the simplest form is taking your mind out of the past, taking your mind out of the future and bringing it into the present. So by grounding into the present moment, you are only living in what is real. You are not living in your thoughts of anxiety. You are not living in your thoughts of depression. So throughout this practice, I will be cueing you to tune into certain parts of your body when we're in certain postures. So the intention for today's class is to just be fully present here and now and focus on your body and give your body the love and attention that it deserves. If you're not familiar with Reiki, Reiki is a Japanese energy healing modality where the Reiki practitioner channels source energy through themselves and sends it out. So if it's a in-person Reiki session, I would lay my hands on you and I would transfer energy that way. But since we are, I was going to say disconnected, but we're not disconnected. Since you're in your home and I'm in my home, I just tap into this web of interconnectedness where everything is connected, and I send Reiki using intention. And I also ask you all during a meditation beforehand to intend to receive the Reiki. So Reiki is a very intelligent energy. It knows where in your body it needs to go, and it knows how much to give, and then it'll cut it off. So Reiki is wonderful. It has changed my life. Reiki has really changed my life. Today we are approaching the new moon. So we are in this waning crescent phase of the moon. And so the full moon happened about a week ago, a little over a week ago, and that's when you start your release. The full moon is the time of celebrating what you have cultivated, but also letting go of everything that no longer serves you. And now that we are more than halfway through the cycle to the new moon, this is when it's really time to shed everything that no longer serves you, letting go of things, letting go of emotions that don't serve you, and being ready to be a clear vessel when the new moon approaches. So today we're going to be working with letting go of some past mistakes. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. If you would like to support me for this session, you may do so by offering a donation. You can follow my Insight Timer profile page to stay updated on my further classes. And if you would like to work one-on-one with me, you can do so by finding my website on my Insight Timer profile. So let's get into today's practice. Let's start in an easy pose. So just sitting cross-legged, comfortable on your mat. If a chair is feeling comfortable for you today, you can also choose to sit on a chair or sitting with your legs straight out in front of you, just any comfortable seated position today. So settling down, feeling your sit bones against the surface beneath you, feeling into all of the contact points you have with your mat, any contact points you have with any other surface beneath you. Making our breath just a little bit deeper than it has been, sending it all the way to the bottom of our bellies. As we bring our attention to scan over our bodies, simply observing without placing judgment, just checking in with how the body is doing today. So bringing all of your awareness up to the crown of your head, and slowly flowing down the back of your head, the sides of your head, the front of your face, feeling into all of the features with your face. Flowing down the front of your throat, the back of your neck, the sides of your throat. Letting your awareness flow down your shoulders, your upper arms, your lower arms, out into your hands, Bringing your awareness into your chest, pausing here, tuning into the beating of your heart. Noticing the ribs expand and contract with the breath. Bringing your awareness down into your belly, feeling into all of the organs sitting behind your abdomen. Feeling the belly rise and fall with the breath. Feeling into the front of the hips, coming down into your pelvic floor. Bringing your attention now to your upper back, slowly moving down the back side of your body, touching over the shoulder blades, the backs of your ribs, your lower back, coming out into your glutes, flowing your attention down the tops of the legs, the bottoms of your legs, tops of your feet, toes, and soles of your feet. Breathing deeply as you feel into your entire body. Choosing to repeat this affirmation either mentally or aloud. I let go of the past, and I understand that mistakes are opportunities for growth. I let go of the past, and I understand that mistakes are opportunities for growth. I let go of the past, and I understand that mistakes are opportunities for growth. Bringing to mind now a mistake in your past, either recent or further in the past, no matter how big or how small. Giving attention to where this mistake is feeling within your body, where you're holding this mistake. Giving these feelings a shape or a color. And now accepting that you made the mistake. Accepting that you did not have the skills or knowledge that you have today when you made this mistake. Accepting that you may have been in survival mode when you made this mistake. And accepting that you were doing the best you could with what you had when you made this mistake. Honoring this mistake and giving attention to the growth that has occurred because of this mistake. Noticing where you were before and how much you have grown since making this mistake. Bringing to mind the shape or the color that you have assigned to these emotions within your body. Feeling where it lies within your body. Using the inhale to collect the mistake. Using the exhale to release the mistake out to the universe. Continuing at your own pace, inhale, watching the breath come, collecting all particles of the mistake held within your body. And as you exhale, watching that shape, watching that color leave your body into the universe, where it will be transmuted back to love and light. Breathing deeply here, sending the breath towards the emotion, towards the mistake, collecting it, exhaling it out. Using today's practice to fully release any emotions you have tied to this mistake. Gently blinking the eyes back open when you're ready. And beginning our practice with a gentle twist, placing the right hand on the left knee, crossing your legs if they are not crossed already. Gently placing your left hand behind your sit bones. Inhale to reach the crown of your head towards the sky, and as you exhale, gently twisting from your lower spine, then releasing the head and neck. Very gentle as we start the practice. Beautiful. As you exhale, unwinding back to center, placing the left hand on your right knee, right fingertips behind the sit bones. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, twisting from the lower spine first, then releasing the head and neck. Using the breath to collect any remnants of the mistake, of the emotions that are still within your body. Exhale to untwist back to center. Coming back to twist over the left hip, placing the right hand on the left knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twisting over your left hip. Wringing out the spine, wringing out any emotions that may be trapped between the vertebrae. Keeping the spine long, continuing to reach the crown of your head up towards the sky. Exhale to untwist. Placing that left hand on the right knee, right fingertips behind you. Inhale, reaching the spine tall. Exhale, twisting over the right hip. Feeling the expansion with the in-breath and the release with the out-breath. Beautiful. Taking one more deep breath here. Exhale, untwisting back to center. Beautiful. Perhaps switching the crossing of your legs as we circle our hips, warming up the hips, and also using this movement to release any emotions. It's very common to store negative emotions within our hips and lower back. So gently placing your hands on your knees. Exhale as you fold forward over your legs. And then as you inhale, rolling the torso up to the back of the room. Exhale as you round down, closing the circle. Inhale to open. Exhale to round down. Continuing for a few rotations in this direction at your own pace. Matching breath to movement. And just noticing where in your body you are feeling any sensations from this motion. Knowing that emotions can track themselves within our tissues, within our bones. Consciously using the breath to release any tension you may be feeling. And switching the direction of your circles here. Inhaling as you open. Exhaling as you roll closed. Choosing to stay in any particular area of the stretch whenever you feel. Perhaps tuning into your sit bones, rocking against the mat as you circle. Beautiful. Taking one more circle in this direction. Meeting me back at the top. Lovely. Taking whichever leg is on top now, placing your hand on the knee and your hand on the pinky edge of your foot. Now this might be a little bit more comfortable with the other foot extended out in front of you. Just seeing where your body is calling you to move today as we move into baby cradle. So keeping the shin parallel to the ground, drawing that leg in close to your chest, feeling the expansion on the back side of your thigh, opening the hip. And keeping your spine tall here, reaching the shoulder blades down and away from the ears, reaching the crown of your head up to the sky. Being mindful not to collapse your back, collapse your chest into the stretch. And if that means lowering your leg down a little bit, just honoring where your body is today. Perhaps you're feeling a little open, so you can tuck your knee into the crook of your elbow and also tuck your foot into the crook of your elbow. And cradle your leg as if you are cradling a baby. Simply noticing what feels better, perhaps having the bottom leg tucked under, or maybe extending it straight out in front of you. Listening to your body. And taking the cradled leg and swaying it side to side. So keeping the torso long, keeping the spine up towards the sky, and rotating the torso left to right. Intending to release any negative emotions that may be stuck within your hips today. Using the imagery of the breath coming in to collect the tension and exhaling it all out. Perhaps giving the tension a shape or a color to deepen the release. Wonderful. Slowly releasing that leg from your cradle and bringing the other leg up. So either placing the foot and the knee hand in hand, being mindful to reach the crown of your head up to the sky, root your sit bones down into the mat. Or perhaps today you are resting your knee and foot in the crooks of your elbows. And choosing to either stay stationary or swaying side to side, whatever feels best for your body today. Tuning in here to the temperature of your foot, feeling if it's warm or cold. Without placing judgment, simply noticing what your body is doing today. Beautiful. Swaying a few more times here with this leg. Remembering that it's okay to give love to yourself. It's okay to sometimes treat yourself a like a toddler. Talk to yourself like a toddler. Oh, Jacqui's upset. Does she need to eat? Oh, Jacqui's upset. Does she need a nap? And when you're ready, releasing that leg back down to the mat. And coming into a tabletop position. Continuing the twists today to wring out the spine, we are going to thread the needle. So placing your fingers wide on the mat, pressing into your palms, keeping your shoulders directly over your wrists, keeping the hips directly over your knees, and pressing the tops of the feet down to the mat. We are going to place our weight into our right hand. As we inhale, the left arm up to the sky, opening the chest. And exhale, coming down to thread the needle, not all the way, just warming up the back here. Inhaling, back up to the sky. Exhale, threading the needle. Coming back up on an inhale, opening the chest to the left side of the room. Exhale, threading the needle. Not all the way yet, coming back up once more. Inhale, open the chest, feeling your shoulder falling to the right side. And as you exhale, settling down to thread the needle, dropping your left shoulder and left side of the face down to the mat. And taking your right arm here, either placing it out straight in front of you, placing your palm on the floor or on the mat. Or bringing your right arm and bending it so that the back of your hand is resting against the small of your back. Stretching open that right shoulder just a little bit more. Breathing here, just noticing where you feel the stretch within your body. Making any minor adjustments if you're feeling uncomfortable in any way. Knowing that you control the level of flexibility on this stretch by opening your chest further up to the sky or lowering it down a little bit. Knowing that you are always in control of your own yoga practice. Beautiful. Taking that right hand, placing it directly under the right shoulder, and using that right hand to push yourself back up into a tabletop position. Lovely. Recentering yourself here, so ensuring those fingers are spread wide, shoulders over wrists and hips over knees, pressing the tops of the feet down into the mat. Threading the needle on the other side, shifting your weight to your left hand as we inhale the right arm up towards the sky, opening the chest. Beautiful. Exhale as you gently thread the needle, just warming up the back here. Inhale, rising that right arm up to the sky. And exhale, bringing it under to thread the needle. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reaching up to the sky, feeling the twist in your spine. Exhale, threading the needle. One last time, here we go. Inhale, reaching that right up to the sky. Exhale, settling in here, thread the needle. Dropping the right shoulder, right side of the face down to the mat. Choosing to either place your left hand out in front of you or bringing the back of your hand to the small of your back. And using the breath to clear out any tension you may be feeling. Tuning in here to the belly, rising and falling with the breath. Beautiful. Placing that left hand directly under the left shoulder and using it to press yourself back up into a tabletop position. As we settle back into child's pose, this is a resting pose. Either leaving your knees where they are and reaching your sit bones back for your heels, or if your hips are feeling a little more open today, bringing your big toes to touch and walking the knees wide as you settle back into child's pose. Allow the palms of your hands to walk out in front of you, dropping your forehead, your chest, and your armpits down to the mat, letting everything melt down, allowing your hips to be heavy. Taking 3 deep breaths here, feeling the deep release through your low back, your shoulders. Wonderful. Bringing back the twist here, we're going to revolve our child's pose. So press the right palm in towards the mat. You're going to take your left hand, palm up, sliding it underneath that right arm. Bringing your left shoulder down towards the mat as far as is comfortable for you, keeping that right hand pressed against the mat. Spiraling the right rib cage up towards the sky, feeling the twist, feeling the expansion throughout the back. Breathing here, keeping your hips heavy down towards your heels. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Remembering that you let go of the past, you understand that mistakes are opportunities for growth. Letting everything go. Beautiful. Pressing that right palm into the mat as you lift the left shoulder, coming back to your child's pose. Taking 1 deep breath here to recenter the spine. And when you're ready, pressing that left palm down to the ground. Right palm up as you slide it underneath the left arm, bringing the right shoulder down to the mat. Pressing that left palm down, spiraling the ribcage up towards the sky, allowing your hips to sink down towards your heels. Noticing where within your back you are feeling this stretch. Noticing how the tops of your feet are feeling against the mat. Noticing how the back of your right hand feels against the surface beneath it. Is the texture different from your mat? Is it warmer? Is it colder? Beautiful. Pressing into that left palm. Coming back into your child's pose for 1 breath. Beautiful. Now rising up onto your knees and coming down onto your belly. So bringing your legs together, lowering all the way down to your belly. And bringing your arms bent in front of you, hand over hand. So stacking your hands on top of each other and allowing your forehead to rest down on the backs of your hands. Breathing for 3 breaths here in crocodile. Feeling the massage on your digestive organs with the breath, pressing against the floor. Beautiful, allowing everything to be released. Taking our right arm now and teeing it out to the side, palm of the right hand against the floor. Coming into broken wing. We're going to roll onto the right hip. And using that left leg, stepping it behind the right side of your body and allowing the hip to open as far as you need in order to feel a deep stretch within that right shoulder, perhaps in the low back. Allowing yourself to control the amount of stretch that you feel based on how far you're allowing that hip to open. So you can always, come down a little bit if it's too much. You can enhance the stretch by rolling that hip farther, just listening to your body. And keeping the palm of your left hand just pressed on the mat in front of your chest. Beautiful. Taking one more deep breath here. Slowly rolling the hips back down. When you're ready, tee out the left arm. Placing the right hand on the mat in front of your chest. Rolling over onto that left hip. Placing the sole of the right foot on the ground behind you. Breathing deeply here. Perhaps feeling your clothing as it sways across your body with the motions that the breath is causing. Beautiful. Taking 3 more deep breaths here. When you're ready, bringing the fronts of your hips back down to the mat. Flipping your toes, so curling your toes under, and bringing your hands directly under your shoulders. On a deep inhale, we're going to come up into a plank. Whenever you are ready, inhale, coming up to that plank. Beautiful. Just one push-up for the day. Just kidding, there's more. We're going to exhale, bending our elbows, lowering down to chaturanga, yogi push-up. Allowing the hips to drop down, flipping the tops of the feet back down to the mat. Inhale, coming up to cobra, pressing the hips to the mat, lifting your shoulders. And as we exhale, flip the toes. Press our hips up and back, coming into our first downward dog of the practice. Pedaling out the feet here as you gently warm up the backs of the legs. Spreading those fingertips wide, pressing the palms down to the mat. Keeping your shoulders down and away from your ears, shining your chest to the back of the room. Beautiful. We're going to flow through that 3 more times. So that sequence of 4 moves. With the inhale coming up to a plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Take 1 deep breath here. And again, inhale, plank. Exhale, keep the elbows close. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Take 1 deep breath. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Take 3 deep breaths here, settling into downward dog, reaching your hips high and towards the back of the room. Shining your chest, shining your armpits to the back of the room. Reaching those heels down towards the mat, knowing that you're making progress every time you practice. Keeping those fingertips spread wide to take pressure off of your wrists. Beautiful. When you're ready, walking the feet up towards the hands, settling down in a forward fold. Beautiful. Taking that right hand, wrapping it around your left ankle or left shin. Bring a slight bend to that right knee. And as you inhale, reaching the left arm up to the side, twisting open here in your forward fold. Noticing where in your body you are feeling this stretch and sending the breath to any areas of tension, allowing the sharpness of the pain to leave with the out-breath. Beautiful. Exhale, bringing the hands back down and switching the placement of your hands. Left hand to right ankle or shin. Slight bend in the left knee. Inhaling that right arm up to the side, twisting open here. Noticing any similarities or differences between the two sides. And simply noticing without placing judgment. Beautiful. Exhale, back down to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, press the hands into the shins, flat back, reaching the crown of your head away from the tailbone. Exhale, back down to your forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, bringing the arms up above head, meeting at the top. Exhale, drawing your hands down to heart center. Beautiful. Heel toeing your feet out to the sides, coming into a wide-legged stance, just wider than your hips. Wonderful. As we come into a forward fold here, inhale the arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, reach those hands down towards the ground as you hinge from your hips. Allowing your chest to become heavy, head and neck to relax, releasing everything down to the mat. Feeling any stress or tension that you are holding within your shoulders and upper back to be released to stay here on the mat. Allow your head to be heavy, perhaps shaking it yes. Maybe shaking your head no. Beautiful. And settling here in your wide-legged forward fold. Placing the left palm of the hand on the mat directly between your feet. Inhale as you reach the right arm up to the side, twisting open here in your wide-legged forward fold. Feeling the spine wringing itself out, bringing out any emotions that may be trapped within, and allowing them to leave using your intention. Beautiful. On your next exhale, replacing the left hand with the right. Inhale that left arm up to the side, coming into a wide-legged forward fold twist. Beautiful. Taking one more deep breath here. Exhale, coming back down to your forward fold. As you inhale, slowly rolling back up one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Perhaps reaching for your block here as we move into Yogi Squat, Malasana. So heel toeing your feet in just a little bit, keeping them out at a 45-degree angle. The goal here is to keep our heels down towards the mat. However, you need to work with your body where it is today. So if you do have a block, bringing it underneath your sit bones as you squat down, and either just coming right into your yogi squat, or if your hips are a little bit tight today, perhaps swaying side to side on your way down. Stretching out all those ligaments on the inner thighs. And coming down, reaching your sit bones down towards the ground, getting that root chakra down close to the mat. Using your triceps to press against the inner thighs to widen your stance. Gently tucking the pelvis forward to take any unnecessary curvature out of your spine, keeping the crown of your head lifted up, chest shining forward. Beautiful. Allowing anything that no longer serves you to exit the body through the root chakra here at the base of your pelvic floor. Allowing it to stay on the mat. Beautiful. Option to hang out here in Malasana. If this is becoming uncomfortable, you can always have a seat in butterfly bound angle position. Or if you'd like to twist your Malasana today, placing that left hand on the floor outside of the left foot, tucking that tricep into the crook of the knee. Inhale the right arm up to the sky. Beautiful. Taking a few deep breaths here, feeling the deep release on the low spine. Keeping that tailbone tightly tucked under. Keeping your chest lifted up towards the sky. Beautiful. Taking one more deep breath here. Exhale back to center. Lovely. Placing that right hand on the floor outside of the right foot. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Checking in with your posture, keeping the spine straight, chest lifted. You're doing great. Taking one more deep breath here. And on the exhale, coming back down. Nicely, nicely done. Coming now onto your sit bones and settling down onto your back. Bending your knees, placing the soles of your feet on the mat, and bringing your right ankle to cross over the left knee. Perhaps walking the left foot in a little bit closer to your sit bones. And if this is where the stretch is taking you today, feel free to stay here. Or option to interlace your fingers behind the left thigh and drawing your legs in towards your chest, coming into a supine pigeon. Keeping your low back pressed against the mat, feeling the expansion through the right hip, the low back. Letting your shoulders drop down and away from your ears. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Collecting any remnants of unwanted emotions with the in-breath and allowing the out-breath to send them out to the universe to be transmuted into higher vibrations. Wonderful. When you're ready, switching the crossing of your legs, taking whichever expression of the stretch is calling to you today. Keeping your low back pressed against the mat. Loosening any tension you may be holding in your forehead, your temples, your jaw, your tongue, within your neck, within your shoulders, allowing everything to release. Beautiful. And settling everything down flat against the mat, coming into your final resting pose for Shavasana. Perhaps covering yourself with a blanket. Allowing your feet to flop out to the sides. And allowing your hands to gently rest just outside of your body. Letting your eyes float closed as you feel the weight of your body being completely supported by the surface beneath you. Feeling into the back of your head, your shoulders, the backs of your arms and hands. Feeling into your upper back, your mid-back, lower back, and glutes. The backs of your thighs, calves, and heels of your feet. You are supported by Mother Earth. Beginning to focus your attention on your breath, breathing rhythmically, deeply, and slowly. Using the breath to open the central energy channel within our bodies by breathing the air in through the nose and watching it as it travels down your spine all the way to the root chakra in your pelvic floor. And on the exhale, watching your breath reach up the spine to the crown of your head. Inhaling the air through the nose down into your root chakra. And exhaling the air up to the crown of your head. Continue for a few rounds in silence. Releasing the breath back to your natural rhythm. And feeling as if there are roots growing down from the entire back of your body. Traveling down into Mother Earth. Pushing through the soil. Digging deeper and deeper down, firmly grounding yourself into Mother Earth. Welcoming in your guides or angels for any assistance they may have to offer now. allowing permission for the Reiki energy to be received by intending to completely surrender to this Reiki energy as it nourishes your highest good. Bringing your focus now back inside of your body, allowing your thoughts to flutter away as you receive this precious gift of time for yourself. Allow yourself to be fully present within your body, noticing anything that may rise to the surface as I keep track of the time. Returning your focus to feeling into your body once again. Imagine a brilliant, glowing ball of sparkling golden light in the center of your chest. This warm ball of light surrounds your entire heart. On each inhale, this light becomes brighter and more vibrant. And on the exhale, the ball begins to grow in every direction throughout your body. Inhaling as the light shines brighter, and exhaling as the ball grows larger and larger until it encompasses your entire body. The golden light slowly fades away as the connection to this Reiki energy transmission closes, allowing you to return home to yourself. Taking the time now to send gratitude to your guides and angels and listening in to receive any last messages. Slowly beginning to bring some movement back to your body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, stretching out your body in any way it's calling you to, gently blinking your eyes open, perhaps rolling to one side, sitting in a fetal position. Resting here, embracing the birth into this new day, this new version of you. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for practicing with me today. Love to all. Namaste.